Hey everybody, the other day I made a delicious zucchini bread and I wanted to share the recipe with all of you. It was pretty simple to make. I started out, I grabbed a large zucchini and I peeled the zucchini. I chopped off the big side. I used my big box cutter and I grated it. Once that was grated, I squeezed out all the excess juice and I laid it on a paper towel with about a half a teaspoon of sea salt and I gave it about 5 to 10 minutes to drain completely. Now that that's done, we're gonna go to our dry ingredients. I have 1.5 cups of almond flour, so it's kind of like a guilt-free dessert breakfast treat. 1.5 cups of almond flour, and I added to that 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm gonna pour it in my bowl and I'm gonna give it a little mix. Now for my wet ingredients, I grabbed a second bowl. I have in here 1/4 cup of raw honey. Then I have 1/4 cup of coconut oil. I use the unrefined pure coconut oil because it doesn't have that coconut taste. I have 2 eggs and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. I'm gonna mix that up. Now, when I made this, I didn't use eggs, I didn't use nuts or anything, but you can add walnuts, you can add raisins. If you're gonna add walnuts, just toast them for about 10 minutes on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, 350 degrees, and that'll release a lot of the fragrance and a lot of the flavor. So now that you mixed your wet ingredients, pour it into the dry ingredients. And you want to mix that well again. Now, because this is a zucchini bread, traditionally you would do it in a loaf pan, but I have a mini bun pan and I love it because I could just take it out. So what you want to do is, if you're using a loaf pan, you want to grease that with a little bit of coconut oil. Once this is done mixing, if you have nuts, you want to fold them in. If you're going to put in raisins, you want to fold them in now. And then fold in your zucchini. Okay, fold it in and you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to cook this for about 35 to 45 minutes. And you want to do the toothpick test. If you don't know what the toothpick test is, when you think it's about ready, take a toothpick. You want to put it in the highest part of your cakes or whatever you're baking. And if it comes out with some crumbs on it, then you need to cook it more. If it comes out nice and dry, it's ready. So I'm going to spread this around and I'm going to cook this. Alright, so here is the final result. I cooked it for about 35 minutes and I let it cool for about 10 minutes before I took it out of the pan. I let it cool about another 20 minutes and as you can see, they came out perfect. You can enjoy these plain by themselves or you could toast them and put some butter on it, put some powdered sugar on it, some ice cream, some chocolate syrup, some caramel syrup, or like I said, they are delicious by themselves.